Hello everyone, my name is Anton Pelcher. I am an engineer and have been involved in the construction and operation of fish farming facilities for over 10 years. In today's video, we will figure out what a control panel is on an RAS farm, what equipment it controls, what it consists of, and what functions it can actually support. So we're going to take a detailed look at the control panel, so don't switch off. Make sure to watch this video until the end, give it a like, and let's get started. Let's start with why we even need a control panel in the first place. Just imagine we have a farm and we've bought this kind of pump, that kind of pump, a blower, a drum filter, something else, an ozonator, and so on. And now not only have we installed all this, connected everything and hooked it up with pipes, but we also need to somehow make it all work. And this is industrial equipment. It doesn't just plug into a regular outlet. All of it runs on 380 volts, industrial voltage, 3 phases. And not only do we need to simply make it work, we need to make it work according to the correct algorithms, detect any errors in time, read sensor data, and do a lot of other interesting things as well. So for all of this, a control panel for the RAS system was created, like the one you see behind me now. Let's figure out what exactly this control panel manages. The drum filter, pumps and blower, oxygen concentrators, generators, ultraviolet disinfection, ozonator, degassers, pH regulation, water parameter monitoring systems, fish sorting and transfer devices. In fact, all electrical equipment, automation, heat exchangers and chillers. That is, it can integrate all the technological equipment of the RAS system and control it from a single unified interface, like here. What does the control panel consist of? Why is there such a crazy difference in price? Here you can get one for next to nothing. There is a difference. There's a panel like the one you have at home in your apartment, a plastic box, you open it, and there's a circuit breaker you can turn on or off. That's one kind of story, right? That's a panel that just turns certain equipment on or off. It doesn't have moisture protection, doesn't operate on a microcontroller, and so on. There is an industrial panel which is designed and programmed and has all the functionality needed to control an industrial facility like a fish farm. What does it consist of? It consists of a housing, usually a metal case with IP57 or I think IP58 protection. Basically, it's protected against moisture. It can be installed directly in the RAS facility. It has an RCD and motor winding protection to prevent the pumps from failing. In other words, it shuts off in time. It has emergency signals on the panel, that is various signals, operation indicators, alarms and warnings. It has manual switches for toggling between manual and automatic modes. It can have an LCD panel like this one, a microcontroller, all the necessary circuit breakers, pump frequency converters. In other words, these are the components of the control panel, a GSM modem that sends signals, messages, SMS notifications. It can connect to various sensors, meaning it has a sufficient number of analog and digital inputs and outputs to collect readings from different sensors. Plus, there are the sensors themselves, which are also connected to the control panel. A module for online access, so that remote connection is possible. Outputs for the dispatching system and audio-visual signaling. A siren that will go off if something goes wrong. Well, that's probably the main set of a full-fledged industrial control panel. For example, you want this, right? Ideally, you want the control panel to manage everything, not ask for anything extra, and to detect all errors in time. If you like this idea, then probably give this video a like. What functions can an industrial control panel actually have? The first is start-stop for motors, meaning starting and stopping the pump. The second is frequency regulation, that is, adjusting the rotation speed of the motor. This includes opening and closing various solenoid valves, meaning sending signals to different devices, the solenoid valve, for example, or a gate valve with an electric drive. This includes reading sensor data. These are sensors for pressure level, various water parameters, oxygen, carbon dioxide, basically all sensors that monitor parameters of the water and the operation of equipment at the RAS farm. This also includes switching between main and backup units in case of an emergency. That is, if one device fails, the backup automatically turns on. These are various automatic scenarios triggered by certain sensor readings. For example, if the oxygen sensor shows that oxygen levels are low, the control panel sends a signal to the solenoid valve opens, and additional dosing is supplied to the oxygenator. So these are the kinds of automatic scenarios that the control panel can execute. This includes alarms for emergencies and warnings such as sirens and SMS notifications integrated into the control panel. Naturally, it also features remote access and a visual interface through which all management is carried out. So on the one hand, everything could be controlled by simple toggle switches. But on the other hand, everything is displayed on a sleek LCD panel where you can click around and view all the operating parameters of your system. Yes, let's try to take a look. So here is our control panel as it looks when closed. Here we have voltage monitoring for all 3 phases, then manual toggle switches, temperature, alarm signals, emergency stop, and the main panel where all the indicators are displayed. Temperature, oxygen levels at several points, redox potential, pH, carbon dioxide. There is a schematic of the entire workshop. There is a visualization. And the operation of individual units specifically. So this is what the control panel looks like from the inside. Here is this panel. On the reverse side, the controller is separate from the panel. Here it is in this case. It's a Russian one from Owen. There are 3 frequency converters for the pumps, a group of all the circuit breakers. So this is our connection to remote access. Well, that's basically the main set of components. That's what it looks like. That's probably all. Today I told and showed you what a control panel for an RAS system looks like. If you found this useful, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. This was Anton Pelcher. My channel is about how to farm fish and make good money from it. Bye.